You are now listening to the Strong Opinions Podcast.
What's going on, good people? I'm back with you on the Life is Not Complicated Strong Opinion Podcast. And I was sitting there arguing with Jennifer Jermany. And so I said, you know what, let's turn the mics on because we need to capture some of this. But this is just what we do on a regular. We talk crazy to each other. And before we start, I'm going to say this. Jennifer Jermany is the only person who can call me at 2 o'clock in the morning with an idea.
I thought you was going to be asleep and Carlos going to cuss me out. But I got to tell him about it before I forget it.
Ain't that something?
I know.
See, that's what happens when you get old, man. You need
Shut up.
to start drinking.
And I want to say congratulations to the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha as they celebrate their convention in the city of Houston. Everything is pink and green. Congratulations.
You welcome, even though you're not.
Everybody can't be number one, so somebody has to be number two. They can be two. It's okay. It's okay.
So who's number one? The
Delta Sigma Theta. Let me explain. I'm going to get biblical with you on this. I'm just taking it to the Bible.
Oh.
See, God was trying to come up with a concept. I'm going to put God in this, because Delta Sigma Theta is founded on Christian principles. And my version.
The Kappas are not?
I don't know their doctrine. I only deal with Delta Sigma Theta.
What their doctor got to do with
the
this?
doctrines. What I'm saying is, I'm going to take it biblical because this is how I have to explain it to people. God was creating something strong, a powerful entity to support women.
But what happened to your biblical principle?
Well, let me get to it. He created his rough draft was Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Oh.
Then, when he decided, I need something a little to it, then he created Delta Sigma Theta, and he broke them all, and then he created something else for the other girls.
You know this episode's going to give me some flack.
Baby, some people going to jump on you. But
that was a pretty strong opinion.
Oh, I know. But on the cool, a lot of people get caught up, like you said earlier in the letter. People have this belief that deltas and AKAs and all this don't get along. That's a bunch of BS. I always tell people, if somebody don't like somebody, trust me, Delta, AKA, Zeta, Phi, Beta, Sigma, ain't got nothing to do with it. It's two women that don't have nothing to do with the letters at all. So I wanted to extend congratulations to them on their convention. I'm glad you guys are here.
But you say you'd be glad.
Because if I hear somebody ski weed one more time, I was like, oh my God. We don't ski weed. So, I'm just like, okay. This weekend is almost over, but they do some good things.
They took over downtown too.
Well, we did too. We've done it before.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. In Houston. Oh,
and we just did Vegas. So trust me, when
y'all took over whole Vegas.
We did that. We wrecked Delta wrecked Vegas. It was awesome.
Mayor Mayweather let y'all come in there.
Baby, we had a great time in Vegas. Our convention was in Vegas, but
I don't want to know what you did because. Never mind.
We're into a lot of stuff. But just want to say congratulations. And so, for those of you who are interested in any of the female organizations, all of them do fantastic community service programs.
Good.
From Delta Sigma Theta, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Zeta, Phi Beta, Sigma Gamma Rho. You got to have a 3.0. They ain't breaking on that rule. You better have a 3.0. They ain't fooling. You can't be with them poodles. Oh no.
That's why you couldn't join.
Nah, I just always knew I wanted to be a Delta. And also big shout out to all the Eastern Stars, because from Eastern Star and Masonry, that's where everything just kind of came from that. And
that's the motherhood.
That's the mothership. And I always tell people, some people are like, well, if you're in a Greek fraternity or sorority, you gotta be a Mason, or you gotta be. I said, you ain't gotta do nothing but live, breathe, and die.
That's true.
And pay taxes. I said,
if you live under a bridge, you don't have to pay taxes.
Well, you sure don't. But yeah, you sure right. But eventually, if they can find a way to tax the homeless, they will. I promise you.
They're working on it.
But I always tell people, don't get in something to say you're part of something. Don't do that. Get in something that really means something to you, that you really want to be a part of.
In line with your principles.
Yeah. Basically. And then even if it aligns with your principles. Some people just join stuff just to say, I'm in this.
Yeah.
We don't
see that every day.
So big shout out to those ladies. And, I know it's raining. I sure hate that. I hate it's raining on y'all parade. Lord, I wish this rain
keep coming.
Go away. But even though
God see you.
I know, and because my grass sure needs some water. So
wow, you ain't. Boy, I tell you, you a hater.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You now on a regular basis, you love everybody, but today you hating.
Well, a little haterade.
Let them.
Like I was. Also, me and my niece. She's my great niece. She's 5. We're doing a music video. She's 5 years old. She wrote a rap, and it's called "Dabbing on the Haters." And so,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, it's called "Dabbing on the Haters." And
What?
yeah.
5.
She wrote
She
a rap.
ain't even in the first grade.
Yeah,
yet.
I know. She wrote a rap though, and we're gonna make a video. It's called "Dabbing on the Haters," and so we dabbing on people that's making us eat vegetables. You know, we dabbing on the people that make us go to bed at 8 o'clock. We dabbing. I said, well, why? She said, that's hating. All the good shows come on at 8. I can't be in the bed at 8 and commit the. I was like, girl, DVR. So
She done been around you too long.
no, when she dabbed me, because I told her no, she said, I said, what's that? Dabbing on the haters. I said, I'm not a hater. And you know, that's insulting when a 5-year-old dab
Recognize
on
who you are.
Shut up. So what we were talking
You know,
about.
they say kids tell the truth.
I know, because I had a student told me, and you know how some days you feel real good about yourself. You're like, dog, I lost 2 or 3 pounds. I'm fine today. I'm real cute. And the little boy at school told me, he said, Miss Jermany, you look real nice. I said, well, thank you, boo. He said, you still bad built. That hurt my heart. That hurt my heart. I said, you know, on The Price is Right, to go, doom, 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 doom. That's what I felt like. And I could only give the one response I had that always works. Yo mama. So, yo mama bad built.
You can't be at school talking
not?
about the kids, mama.
Why not? They talk about me. Let me tell you something. We don't stop saying what people can't say and cannot say to kids. When do we address what kids can and cannot say to you?
Oh yeah, I understand.
Because that's the reason why I love doing Eddie B's tour. Teachers really want to say something.
I was gonna get to that later, but go ahead.
The stuff that teachers really want to say.
You interviewing me? I ain't.
I'm
interviewing
sorry,
you.
but people think that teachers are not human.
Right.
Like one of my T-shirts, it says, "Well, teachers' lives matter." One woman said, "Teachers' lives matter, don't you think?" No. Let me explain the concept.
Right.
People forget that we're human.
You teacher, you're a human too.
I'm a human too.
You have
I have a life. When my whole job and whether I keep a job is tied in to your child passing a test.
Right.
And I'm doing my due diligence for trying to teach your kid this test. If your kid does not want to learn, I can't make him.
Correct.
If your kid, the system is broken, if the system has constantly passed little Johnny, and little Johnny cannot read, and y'all didn't put him in the 9th and 10th grade, I seen the T-shirt on tour. This lady said, we are teachers, not Jesus.
That's true.
They want all of a sudden for us to, in 3 or 4 months, this kid's supposed to be up to standard when he's really 5 and 6 grades behind standard. So when you tie people's jobs and livelihood into that, what about our life?
Right.
What about our families?
Right.
I had a kid, I was out to eat, and I had a glass of wine. He said, you're drinking. I said, your mama drink? Your mama got a swamp thing. Your mama got a whole swamp thing
That can't
with a
be
tequila.
your go-to all the time.
Look, I could say some other things, because I've gotten
Some of them, mama, you know from school.
You sure right, and I know they business from school too. But people forget that it's a lot of. We focus on chastising the educators more than the children.
Correct.
This
I
year,
agree.
we had a lady got slapped with a cell phone.
No.
And the school's policy is to take the cell phones if the kids have them out. And the woman was doing the job.
And then he slapped her.
The girl slapped her. Now,
A girl
slapped her.
Now,
And the teacher won't, had to handle the business. But you suspend the teacher. It's under this. Ain't nothing to investigate.
Right.
This child
slapped me.
hit, and I hit her back.
I defended
now,
myself.
all of a sudden, teachers are not supposed to do that. No. I have a life.
Yeah.
I can't come to work to educate, protect your kid, and at the same time I'm trying to protect your kid, I gotta protect myself from your kid.
And you are from that north side.
Oh, I'm from Homestead. Do not play.
Now with that, let's take a break, man. She just come in here running. I'm supposed to interview her, and she interviewed me. Really, she just talked. You need your own podcast.
I really
But I
do.
said we're going into a break.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Your opinion matters to us at the Strong Opinions Podcast. To join our email list, please visit carloswallace.com.
Green the other day.
Quit talking about them people. So
I'm
we
not talking about
back.
these people. I want pink and green in honor of their grand celebration.
We're back here on the Life is Not
Yes.
Complicated Strong Opinion Podcast. Jennifer Jermany, man. We hadn't even got into the formal things I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Since you already leaked it, let's go and talk about the tour with Eddie B. What have you y'all been all over the country, man, performing in front of from 2,000 up to 10,000 attendees, you know. So what has the experience been like?
Overwhelming. It's kind of like it's a surreal moment because all your life in comedy, you work to get to a point where you can have that moment to perform in front of 5,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's actually happening, it's almost like you have to stop and say, wait a minute, let me take this in. Is this really happening? From when I first started at Houston's Last Stop at Open Mic.
Shout out to, what's his name?
Mark Babbitt. When you have to go up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know.
After waiting on everybody.
And don't let a known comic or a celebrity comic
They gonna slide right in front of you. And they might do an hour or two.
They won't sit down. They just, I guess because you're famous.
But now that's you.
Baby, when I come through.
You gonna do people like that?
No. That's just not me. But it's overwhelming. It's a blessing. It's a blessing how the concept even started. Mm-hmm. I remember when Eddie called me at 6 o'clock in the morning. The first thing I said was, "Who the hell? What the hell? This better be good."
But you can call me at 2.
Okay, at 6 it's a difference. 2 o'clock you might just be getting in from the club. You watching TV. But at 6, that's at 2. At 6 you getting ready to get up and move around.
You should be up at 6.
Well, I get up at 5:45, and I'm late for work every day. But when he called me, I was just like, "Boy, this is 6 o'clock in the morning. This better be good. I hope ain't nothing wrong." And when he told me about the ideal, I was like, "Cool, just let me know."
Yeah.
At that moment, he just said it was a show. He had an idea, and I'm like, "Whatever," because you know you always calling me a stage hog. I'm like, "Cool, whatever. Let's do this."
Yeah.
I never thought at that moment it would blossom into this, and this just said, lets me know that when God gives you a vision and God gives you a plan.
Don't let people talk you out
Don't let people talk you out of it. Because I'm sure there were some people when we first started. Oh, that's what they doing. Little teacher tour. Little teacher.
That's cute.
That's cute. But when they start seeing the numbers, it's like, whoa. Now everybody got to teach a joke. I got to teach a joke. I got to teach a joke.
Everybody want to be on it.
Everybody.
Man, Carlos, why Eddie B ain't put, hey man, why he taking the same people? Hey man, why don't you call Eddie? He got the same number he had since I met him.
Yeah, and I've learned that some people have to learn this. Everything is not for you. There were so many times when things would come up and I wouldn't get picked. And I didn't get mad. I would be disappointed.
Hey, I met you when I was managing Keisha. Mm-hmm. And I was
That's my sister.
Yeah, I was producing shows for Keisha Hunt, shout out. And you called me on a whim. I didn't know who you were. Mm-hmm. Called me one night.
Because you kept ignoring me.
Well, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
you say I ignored you. But,
you did.
And you said, hey, you don't know me, but I just want to say thank you for what you're doing for Keisha.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll never forget that. And you said then, if anything I can do to help, please call me. Mm-hmm. And we've been tight ever since.
And that's if more people would have that mentality. Sometimes it's not always about you directly.
Right.
Individually.
Mm-hmm.
But if everybody comes together as a whole, we can have a bigger product. We can have, we can produce greatness. But if everybody worrying about it, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? What's in it for me?
Right.
It's not, because even when there were times when I didn't get picked for stuff, I'll be hurt. Mm-hmm. I'll be disappointed, but I never was mad at the other person.
Right.
Because the Christian in me says, this was their season.
This was theirs.
This is what God has for them.
Right.
God has a different journey for me. God has a different platform for me. You know, people say, you've been in comedy how long? And you finally get to this point? Yeah, because this is what God had for me. This is the platform
But it's some been in
me.
comedy longer than this. Mm-hmm. Longer than you, and they ain't there yet.
Mm-hmm. I said, you know, sometimes you have to go through the bumps and bruises of life. Like you told me, don't do material that's not real to you. Mm-hmm. I had to endure some things so I can have something to put on stage.
Right.
A lot of people don't know, since I've been doing comedy, I have had a surgery every other year.
I wasn't going to get into that yet.
But
that's in the third segment.
I'm just saying,
I know you. I'm going to get to that part.
Just go with comedy.
Can you let me get
there? Okay. But I was just saying that with comedy, you still got to live life. And
Absolutely.
I believe that
comedy is life.
Yeah, so I had to go through some things to get me to the point where I can have material put on stage. But this tour is absolutely, I think it's a stress reliever for teachers.
Oh, sure.
Because when we get up there and we say stuff, I get so many teachers that come up and say, I always wanted to say that.
Yeah.
I want to say that, but I can't say that. So that goes back into my shirt. Teachers, lives, we are human.
Right.
We're not perfect. We're gonna make mistakes, but the same way you're gonna make a mistake.
Yep.
But at the same time, one of the biggest problems is, and going from state to state, we all have the same issues.
Right. But you
and
did find out y'all don't all have the same pay.
Baby, I want everybody to just right now, I want y'all to touch your phones, your iPod, or whatever you listen to. We're going to pray for a couple of states. Please pray for Mississippi. I met a woman that says she has been teaching 17 years, and she makes $39,000.
17 years.
Who is using this woman? Why are they taking advantage? I swear to God. I've been, this August, I'll be 21. I was making
21 years teaching, not 21 years old. She way past 21.
But I'm still fine. I'm built like a 21-year-old.
Oh.
Yes. I was like, and when I told her in my school district, we start off first year teachers without being certified. Gonna give you 3 years to get certified.
Right.
We starting you out with $53,000. That woman was like, what?
Yeah, you shouldn't have told her.
Some states,
you just broke her spirit.
Some states, they get paid once a month. What? LA? Come on now, LA Unified. Y'all can do better.
Wow. You gonna put them out there?
I'm gonna put them out there. Chicago. Let me tell you, the people of Chicago, big shout out to all the people that came to when we first started, when we did riddles. They used the Teachers Only Comedy Night as a network, and people sitting up there, I don't want to work at this school no more. Who hired at your job? Who hired? They were passing out information.
Y'all need to when teachers come together, share what the things that pain you and how y'all can work together to fix that. You know what I mean? You may be in Texas, but you can help those in Illinois or even Michigan. You know, y'all came.
Oh,
y'all
Betsy DeVos is horrible.
Wait a minute.
But that's
you gonna put out there?
I am. I have a problem when you are not qualified for a job.
Right.
Her even dealing with education comes from a financial.
Anyway.
We ain't gonna talk about him because we already know he did not know that was it W. Du Bois or who was it? He didn't know that certain people were dead and certain people were alive. He don't know what's the state. He went to the Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, said, "I met y'all president." Who? You met yourself? But it pains me when just because I'm your friend don't mean you're a good fit or you're qualified.
Absolutely right.
And I think that's what has happened. When you get people who know nothing about academia, who, and now don't get me wrong, in academia you got to have the business side too.
But I see it even on lower levels. Y'all hire superintendents that's never been in a classroom.
I have issues.
But he ran a Fortune 500 company, but he don't know the feelings of teachers. He don't know the temperament of students.
Or people who have taught in classrooms but have been 20 to 30 years removed, have not been back to a classroom. And if you ask them to come sit in the classroom, those kids will run them out.
Yeah.
And then the way they teach kids. The state test for Texas is horrible. They don't teach what really happens in the classroom. They give you this utopia where everybody has two parents and everybody wants to learn.
That's not true,
and
man.
everybody is this.
You know, I've always said this with these exit level tests y'all have. I think everyone should be given that test their first year of freshman year, first day. If they pass, give them a diploma. If that's what it's gonna boil down to, why wait? Because he or she can make straight A's all through high school and get to that exit level and fail, and they won't get a diploma.
You know what my thing is with it? I don't have a problem with you testing to see where a kid is. But if you're not going to take where that kid is and build up their weak points, then why are you testing them?
Yeah.
Like these kids, like you literally, if you fail too many students as a teacher, you're going to get called into the office.
Right. It's your fault.
I got called in. I was told my first year at my new school that, Miss Jermany, this is a speech class and your failure rate. I said,
Yeah.
She said, I don't understand. This is a speech class. First of all, don't undermine my speech.
Right.
Because without my speech class, they won't be able to communicate in math, history, or anywhere else.
And we'll end up with speakers like our president.
Exactly. Okay. But the problem is, if you cannot write 5 complete sentences,
right?
Why am I passing you?
Right.
If anything, I am adding to the problem. If I advance, you cannot write 5 sentences. And I went and I showed her what I was dealing with. And I said, here's where I have a problem with. Mm-hmm. He can't write 5 sentences for me. How does he have a 98 in English?
That's a good question.
Something
That's the
right.
teacher they need to have in the office.
Thank you. And so after I showed her my evidence, she was just like, okay, I'm gonna leave this alone.
Right. Now, before you say her name, I'm about to cut you off. Let's go to break.
Okay.
We're gonna come back. I gotta go pay some bills. I gotta.
Oh, what bill you gotta pay? These lights, baby. You better pay them because they're gonna send you a pink note in the mail, baby.
All right, we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned on the Life is Not Complicated Strong Opinions podcast.
Yeah.
6 speakers, one stage, one mission. Stories of inspiration, transformation, and liberation with one goal. Leading individuals forward every day. Match Theater, October the 6th, 7 p.m. Leading individuals forward every day.
All right, we back with you on the Life's Not Complicated Strong Opinions podcast.
And I got a lot of opinions.
Got my girl Jennifer in here with nothing but opinions.
About
extremely
stuff.
strong.
And I want to say this. I was offended. I went to the store the other day and I saw the back to school sign. I want to say to Walmart, who else? Office Depot.
This really
you need to take them signs down right now. It is too damn early. Can you wait till the middle of the month?
Let you enjoy your
And
summer.
Exactly. The 4th of July, I'm celebrating. I'm barbecue full. I go in the store, and there it is.
On the 4th.
Can y'all take that down? That is a teacher's worst nightmare.
Well, they gonna go from that to promoting Christmas.
Skip
Halloween, Thanksgiving.
But first of all, I think the world owes Thanksgiving an apology. They celebrate Halloween more than they do Thanksgiving. It's like Thanksgiving is like they ketchup on the table. It's just like, and you go down.
Black Friday get more attention than Thanksgiving.
Exactly. And I want to say this. But being that they have this sign up, can y'all please, parents, go buy the school supplies?
Go get them now.
Go get them now. Because it makes me mad that they will go on tax-free day, tear up the store getting the best of clothes, and the school supply section is still intact. Ain't no pencils moved. That makes me mad.
Well, that's why when we do our school supply drives now, and when I collect the stuff, I give it to teachers. Because I know you guys spend your own money. Because you're not going to let a student go without it. If a student show up in there, he don't have the right notebook or proper pens or whatever, you going to buy it. Because that's just you.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want that. So what I try to do,
give it to the teacher.
I give it, when I collect, no matter who I work with. Last year it was Eddie. We collect school supply. And I'll give it directly to the teachers because I know it'll go to good.
Because some parents, when people buy it, they forget it's going to run out.
Yeah.
We have these kids for 180 days. That one pack of paper.
It's not going.
It's
only 200 sheets in there.
Thank you. It's not going to last. And some of these kids write so huge.
Yeah.
It's to the ridiculous. And also, I need the state of Texas as well as the United States of America. Please bring back teaching these kids how to cursive write. They don't teach that anymore.
Well, I see people mad about that, and I said, well, what are you doing as a parent? Because even if a school told me not to write in cursive, my mother would have made me do it.
But it was always taught in our generation how to do it. So now I'm teaching kids when they see signature, I'm teaching them how to do a signature. Because I said, right here, why would they ask you to print here?
But Jerry, you teach high school. If they get to you and can't write in cursive, we in trouble.
We literally, high school is in trouble. We have kids that can't read block letters in high school. And that's because the way the system is set up, you have to, it's easier to pass them and get it out your hair than to,
You follow them 7 years after they graduate.
Let me tell you something. I was a visitor at this boy's church. I didn't know that he went to this church.
Yeah.
This boy had a 13 in my class. I said, you go to church? I could see the fear in his face. He thought I was going to tell his mom. I said, I'm not going to tell your mama. I said, come sit back here by me. I went to my car and got my book and made his behind sit right there in the church. Praise the Lord and do my work.
Yeah.
And his mama came back there, what's going on? I said, hey, I'm his teacher. She said, what are he doing? His work that he did not do. Ma'am, did he give you his progress report? Did he give you this? And she was like, no. I said, ma'am, he has a 13.
Progress report looking like a shoe size.
Baby, his mama sat right there after she hit him upside the head and baby, when I tell you the whole church service, because Baptist church, you know, it's a little long-winded. Right. He sat there from 11:30 to 3 doing my work.
But like I said, you follow students, you got some in their upper 20s that still say, Miss Jermany, Miss Jermany, and respect you just like.
If I catch him acting a fool on Facebook, like I had to get somebody the other day, I said, you too grown for this. Make me come to your mama house.
And they deleted it.
Yeah, they was like, okay, we're going to quit it. But I'm just saying, this person made me mad. There's other ways to handle it. There's other ways to handle it. But we really need to pray for teachers and the students. And it's time out for the blame game. Everybody's blaming the teachers. Teachers blaming the parents.
Right.
It's time, okay, it's everybody's fault.
We forgot who's most important.
What do we need to do to fix these schools? And what's the guy, the governor?
Abbott.
Needs to sit down. I mean, what?
You ain't.
Oh, he already sitting down. My bad. I just forgot, because you know how you always tell somebody they need to have several seats? I forgot that he has one seat. Oh, one seat. Okay. And the lieutenant, when the shootings happened, and pray for the safety of all schools. When he said the answer was have one way in. Are you crazy? One way in. We already have that at our schools.
Yeah.
Where you have one way you can come in.
Right.
That's not going to stop.
No.
School shootings.
The one with the gun came in the one way.
Exactly. I'm like, who elected these dumb? Do these people think before they speak? I watch the Real Housewives, all of them, a lot. And there was one on the Real Housewives of Orange County, Tamara Judd. She said one time, I know your butt ought to be jealous of your mouth with all the bull crap that's coming out right now. And when I hear these people say, and again, these are people who have never worked in education, who never worked, they want to tell us, making decisions, and teachers are like, really? Do you know, in order to get in some schools, every kid gets searched? At my school, we have to go through backpacks and this, that, and the other, and this. That's before we can even get to the teaching.
That's pitiful.
It's like we're going through TSA. I feel like I work for Homeland Security during duty. That's not fair. And you want me to do grades. And you want it's too much.
I know you wanted me to come speak at your school once, and man, they did everything but a cavity search.
Because now
background check, and
now you have to.
They asked me how many ex-wives I had and how many baby mamas.
You have to. And this is what's crazy.
But I was more afraid of the students.
Let me tell you. What I've learned about these kids is you have to show them that you're not crazy, that you are crazy.
Right.
I always tell freshmen, these new teachers, when they come in, you could tell when they young.
Yeah,
they believe everything that test tells them, and I'm just like, oh God. You have to play crazy with them. You have to act a fool. One day, just show them that you're crazy.
Right.
I took my hair off, my wig off in my classroom. They was like, this is crap. Don't mess with her. No, don't play. I have my generic rules, and then I close the door and give you the survival rules. This is what's going to happen if you want to make it in this room with me.
You're going to do me, I'm going to do you.
And we're going to have a good time. It's going to roll. But the way they teach is so crazy.
Yeah.
One of the questions one year when I took this state exam was, if you're a teacher, you have 24 kids, and they all have to do exercise on the computer. But you get to the library, and she only has 12 computers. What do? You had A, tell them to double up. 2, cancel the assignment. 3, reschedule the assignment. 4, something else. Which one would you go with?
Double up.
Okay, double up. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, the 5th answer choice was notify the librarian and tell her she needs some more computers. And I'm thinking to myself,
are you serious? If the librarian could get more computers, she would have.
Like the librarian is this diabolical woman that's just hoarding computers.
She hides.
So the kids can't use them. And I said, this is a bunch of bull crap. So some teachers, when it comes to taking the PPR, they struggle with it because it's like, wait a minute.
It might take a little common sense.
Well, You don't do common sense when you take it. Think perfect world.
Think like they think.
Think like they think, because you got to tell them what they want to hear.
Right.
Because the truth is too much. They
Right.
can't fathom that. Before I came to my new school district, I was in North Forest Independent School District, and I'm a proud graduate of Smiley High School, and I'm proud to say I've worked there. And that's honestly one of the best districts I have worked for.
Right.
The librarian was begging for books, money. She was begging for. She had literally one year, I think we had like 1,800 kids. She had 15 computers in her library. Period. That's it. That's it. And we had to work it out.
Made it work.
So it's like, it's time out for the blaming. If you're going to do state testing, if you're going to require this, then what are you going to do for the kids who are behind?
Right.
If you're not going to come up with a concrete plan to fix the problem, then what are you wasting this time for? And it's money in education too. Mm-hmm. Like a young lady was telling me she was taking the GRE. I was like, well, what do you have to make to get into this particular master's program? She said, well, no, they just had to take it because it's another. I said, here's my problem with the GRE. Is it becoming obsolete? Because a lot of schools are like, take it,
right.
but we really don't care what you make on it.
Right.
So why are we taking it?
Right.
All these companies are starting these, I have a program or book and I want to sell it to you. I know of a guy that charges $10,000 to come in and do a workshop for teachers.
Yeah.
And the man does the same damn workshop
Everywhere
every
he goes.
I seen it every year. He came one year, I brought out the old supplies I said, I don't need no more. We can use these right here. So we got to do better with that, because that's how we end up with more Donald Trumps. That's all I'm saying.
And we're going to take one last break. We're going to come back.
We're going to talk about men and why am I single?
Okay. Stay tuned on the Life is Not Complicated, Strong Opinions podcast.
And I got opinion too.
Your opinion matters to us at the Strong Opinions Podcast. To join our email list, please visit carloswallace.com.
All right, we back with you on the Life is Not Complicated, Strong Opinions podcast.
And we're going to talk about single teachers. Why are we single? Lord, let me see.
Well, yeah, I think y'all married to your work. I know you are. You extremely dedicated.
I am, but I just don't know, where are the men at?
Ain't no man gonna deal with you, Jeremy. I done told you.
I'm serious,
you
because
need to just
look.
become a nun.
No.
A nun of comedy.
No, seriously. I'm tired of being single. And
Ain't
it
nobody
seems
gonna
like
deal with you, man.
No. But it seems like, your parent, I'm sure you have children. You told your daughter, go get your own stuff, handle your business, be self-sufficient, be independent.
Right.
So if you get a man, he can be a compliment to your life, and you won't have. Okay, it seems like nowadays, the more a woman has, the more independent she. Dudes are scared of that.
Yeah.
What is the problem?
Because you are wealthy. You're independently wealthy.
I can take care of myself.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. Okay, there's certain things I need for a man to do and do well.
Not on here. Not on this. No.
See, and nobody
stop
went
it.
there.
Not on
Nobody
here.
went there. See, I'm keeping it clean because this is a Sunday. This is the day the Lord has made. Oh, shandala. Shout out to all my Christians and my sinners too. But it's really crazy. And I remember Al Freeman told me when I first started doing comedy, and I had a little guy friend. He said, oh, yes, your little boyfriend? I said, well, yeah. He said, oh, you ain't gonna have him long. That hurt my feelings. And he said, why? He said, in comedy, women that do comedy, seriously, you're gonna struggle with the date life. And I kid you not.
It's been a struggle.
It's been a struggle. I almost was attacked inside of a comedy club by a man I was dating. He was a preacher.
What?
Yeah. Yes. And what happened was, I was excited. He was going to law school. Uh-huh. Awesome guy. I'm like, he knew the Bible. But it's signs, ladies, for real. Pay attention, not only to what they say, but what they do.
What they do.
Some things aren't cute.
Right.
Sign number one that he was crazy was our first date. He was so excited about meeting me that he acted like he wanted to cry because I was going home and he was going home. I said, what the hell?
He's a little obsessed already.
I'm like, okay, we ain't even done nothing. You just held my hand. So we went to the Houston Laugh Stop. And, on Monday nights, it's open mic night. You get discounted drinks, whatever. And he started hallucinating. I guess he had so many Jack and Cokes. He started messing with his brain. Yeah, it's the good Reverend, good Dr. Bishop, and the Apostle. He came, I was talking to Al Freeman, and we were talking about doing a show. And he busts in the back. He was like, I need to talk to you. And Al looked at me like, what's wrong with this guy? I said, I don't know, I think you're crazy. What's wrong? So Al was like, don't go outside. I said, I'm going to stand right up here under the light. And he looks at me and says, I see you. I said, what? He said, you over there kissing that man in the mouth. I said, who?
You was kissing Al?
Yeah! I said, no, for real. Who am I kissing? He said, I said, ain't nobody kissing Al Freeman, no. And so the guy got mad. He said, I'm leaving. I said, well, let me get my stuff. And at that time, please do not laugh.
Uh-oh.
I did not have a driver's license.
Uh-oh.
I didn't get my driver's license till 26.
That's a shame.
And that's not even my fault.
No, that is your
That's
fault.
DPS fault. They didn't want to give it to me. I flunked it 8 times, but that's another story.
8 times?
It ain't my fault. So I said, fine. I'm a daddy's girl. And let me tell you something. It's power in having an active father, a father in your life.
Absolutely.
Because my daddy gonna come get me.
Even
so,
today.
Until this day, my daddy gonna ride or die. So I went and got my stuff, and I came back, and Al was like, hey, you're not leaving out the club. Da, da, da. Now, mind you, the last stop was a diverse club, but it was primarily a white establishment.
Right.
So the man, bum rush, comes back in and yells out in front of everybody, you're not gonna, and then treat me like the next day. And all the men in the back where the comedians were was like, what's the problem with that? And I'm going, did this fool just say this in front of everybody? And for all these girls that say,
You done gave the man a little shot.
and he
And he
done went
lost his
crazy.
mind.
That's how I know it's good, because if somebody try to kill you for it, it's gotta be good. So, and for all these women that sit up and say, if a man hit me, I'm gonna do this. Let me tell you something. I used to say that too, but when it happened, I was in shock.
He hit you?
Yes. He hit me, and it was like, because I wouldn't leave out, because he was gonna come pull me out. So he grabbed me.
What did Al do?
Al is the reason why the guy did not get me out the club.
Yeah.
He came back and tried to snatch me out, and he pushed me into this phone, and it hit my head, and he hit me, and then it was just happening like all at one time. Everything was rushing. I was like, did this just hit me? No, he did. I was just like, how did we get to this point?
Right.
And the people at the club, this is why you got to be careful with people drinking at the club. They thought it was a show.
Oh, they thought y'all was playing.
They thought it was they started saying Jerry.
Oh,
And I'm looking at them going, yeah, this is serious.
It's real life.
So Al and this guy go out into the park lot and had an altercation. Like literally, that's why one of the reasons why I love Al Freeman to this day.
Shout out to
This man was trying to hurt me. Yeah. And what's crazy is that Al and this other guy named Marty Finkelstein, they are the two, a black guy and a Jewish guy.
Yeah.
Two smallest chipmunks in the building were the people, they handled their business. And what was the most embarrassing, I had called my dad. My dad was on his way up.
Oh, yeah, with his pistol.
The guy said the same thing in front of my dad.
Oh.
And then my daddy, I said, I'm a virgin. And he was yelling out, Mr. Jermany, do you know what kind of daughter she get? Your daughter. And I'm going, oh my God.
Where is this dude now? He deserves to be whooped today.
Let me tell you. And ladies, this is why it's so important for us to start a database on men, database registry. Because after this happened, Al went to jail. Luckily, charges were dropped. The city understood what happened. Uh-huh. I got a call maybe a month or so later from a district attorney's office, and they asked me about the guy. And of course, after all that, he crazy.
Right.
They said, good, can you come to court and testify to this effect? I'm like, what?
What did he do?
Did not know that he was wanted in 3 different states for aggravated sexual assault.
Wow.
And they said, ma'am, had those people not intervened on your behalf, you'd have been next.
The pastor.
I was in...
Was he really a pastor and was he really in law school? Or did he just tell you that?
Well, no, really? He was in law school.
At TSU?
At Thurgood Marshall. When I filed the complaint,
right.
They immediately dismissed him.
Go.
Oh, you can't do that. No,
right.
We don't play. And then she went to TSU? That's turtle? Oh, no. He was dismissed from that. But, and even mental illness. I think mentally he was wrong. Another sign that women need to pay attention to is look at how a man references his mother.
Talk about his mother, that's right.
Because everything he said, it was derogatory and negative. Like he had some resentment, especially his mother. You know, they always have to say, daddy's made, a mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
Right.
This man had nothing good to say about his mother
his own mama.
at all. So if he don't respect his mother,
He can't respect
he
you.
can't respect you.
Yeah.
So when I went to court and I looked at him, this fool kind of waved like, hey, girl.
Oh, wow.
So mental
So,
health
yeah,
is
something wrong
something
with
is
him.
wrong with
Yeah.
him. But thank God
Was he light skinned?
Yes!
That-
Like that girl. I'm
I
just
tried to
saying
tell
them
you.
light-skinned demons, but I'm just saying. But women need to really don't get yourself to a point where I'm a woman of a particular age. I really want to be married. Or at least try to be married. Or have a marriage.
Well, quit
and
flirting
a
with my son.
Oh, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna
Quit
get
flirting
him.
with my son.
But don't put yourself to a point of desperation. I know it's hard out here.
Right.
But I could have been that fourth victim without knowing. So when guys look at it, why do women gossip? There's some things women need to do. Because if you know
Share.
somebody is crazy.
Right.
And when I saw, and they showed me one of the victims' pictures.
Oh,
Oh
man.
man, that messed me up. When I'm looking at somebody's chin on the other side of their face, like I said, who would do that to
Somebody
a
they
person?
care about it, you know.
And I'm looking at it, but if you was to sin,
Yeah.
you
wouldn't
would
think that.
you would not think it. So I want to date. I'm trying to date your son. You got a chastity belt on his whole body, but it's hard dating, and you don't want to discourage young women. Say, hey, don't be too smart.
Right. No. Because there's some smart guys out there. You know.
Where?
Well, I mean, my son.
I know, but he don't like me.
Well, he don't like women his mama's age, you know.
Shut up! And then I can't play dumb with dude. Let me tell you, there are some dummies out there. Being dumb, I can't do.
No.
Because I can't pretend I'm dumb. I was dating a guy who was older than me. He was old enough to know when they started the electoral college. He
Get
was there
outta
when they
here.
created. I had to explain the electoral college to him. I used the word. I said, stop being so pessimistic.
Yeah. He
This
didn't know what
fool said, what? I don't even have that. I said, what the
to- When you said doctrine, and I said, what's wrong with their doctor? He would have thought.
He's
He
crazy.
would've been
I'm like,
serious.
I felt like I could only use the starter words, the ones you give first and second grader. Because I'm like, if I gave him a color, can he color inside the lines?
Could he stay in the line?
Yeah, so it's hard. So if y'all know any single men, y'all please let me know. Cause let me tell you, I'm 5'9".
Wait, before you get into that, no.
I'm
Hey,
5'9".
look her up on Facebook.
I'm 122 pounds
Per leg.
I'm caramel colored.
Hey,
I like writing poetry. I can cook. I can burn. I mean,
a lot don't care who tell it. They just sitting around waiting to be told, man. But before we go, Jerry, I want to, those that are in our circle, they know this story. That for a long time, you thought I didn't like you.
I definitely did.
I mean, in
You
your
were a
heart.
butthole to me.
But no.
You would roll your eyes, and if I would come around you, you would move to the other side. I saw you did that like several times.
Really?
Yes. I would be like, oh, there go Carlos. Let's get your manager. Maybe one day he'll notice me and talk to me, and every time you would see me, you'd be like, and walk off. And matter of fact, the one time you did it, I said, I'm not going to talk to this midget ever again. When they first started doing Last Comic Standing. Yes, and we were outside the old location of the Houston Improv, and Keisha was talking, and I was like, hi, and he was like, yeah, and Keisha, you could.
But Jennifer, I was with Bill Bellamy,
I don't care. You could Bill speak.
and we was.
Bill Bellamy couldn't stop your mouth from speaking.
I was at work.
You could speak. I speak to people all the time. I speak to people I don't even like.
I really don't even remember that, but
I
if you-
do.
But
You owe me an apology.
I apologize.
Okay, good.
Now, Jennifer had a life-threatening surgery.
Oh, yeah.
She was in a coma, and word got to me, and I was really upset about it.
Don't go 6'10" and L up to go to the hospital. That's all I got to say.
And I went to see her every day. Even she was unconscious, didn't even know I was there. And every day I left my business card. And when you woke up, well, your daddy said, man, some man been here every day,
Leaving the car,
and
yeah.
he leave a card every day. Do you
Yeah.
know who this is?
I was like, he came.
And you couldn't believe it.
He came. And when I saw you, when I woke up and I saw you, I was like, damn, he really came. But I also a couple of things by seeing you there resonated with me. Number one, you find out who your real friends are when you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because people who I thought were going to be there didn't show up.
Were not.
Some people say, well, I didn't know. But when you found out, you never did a follow-up call.
Yeah.
I had one lady, she said she didn't know, but when she found out, she called me. She cried on the phone. She was like, you're my friend. I feel like I let you down. I said, no, you came right on time because I know.
Right.
You know. But there were some people that said that they didn't know and still have not said anything.
Right.
And so you find out who your friends are when you are really going through. Because, like, literally, I had to get 12 units of blood. 8 units of platelets. I didn't even know what the heck that was because fibroid tumors are real. Right. Ladies, especially women of color, I don't know what it is about our bodies that we're more susceptible to them. We've been told for so long that if they're not bothering you, don't bother them. But the problem is it's not stopping them from growing.
Can't ignore
so I'm looking at these commercials now where they're doing actual research on them. I'm glad, but I'm like, where was this research for me? Because of the fibroids, even without the surgery, because I had to have an emergency hysterectomy. Right. But prior to them telling me that, they had told me like a couple of weeks prior that I was not going to be able to have children. It's just not going to happen. And I've had literally 13 surgeries behind fibroid tumors. And so when I told the doctor, well, all you got to do is do this myomectomy and you do this and this, he told me, Miss Jermany, if you want me to do that, you need to find another doctor. He said, I have paid off my kids' college off for operating on you. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
So then to go into a surgery and they accidentally, because I had 41 pounds worth of tumors inside my body. And they said had I not had the surgery, it was going to start shutting down my organs because they went from being inside the uterus to they just start expanding everywhere.
Right.
And so they were on my liver, my kidney, and just everything. So it just scared me. So women's health, that's why it's important, like when the AKAs and the Deltas and the Zetas and all these women's organizations. This is the reason why come together. And not just come together, but this was what makes the female voice with healthcare a serious situation. Right. Because we cannot have men making decisions for women's body. When you grow a vagina, you come talk to me about mine.
I don't want.
But it's a serious issue.
Absolutely.
And so healthcare and being able to take, because I can't be without insurance. Even though they had to take my uterus, I'm still showing signs of growth for fibroid. So women's health is a serious issue. But I knew how I knew the people messed up when I saw your face.
Yeah.
Because normally Carlos and I, we talk about each other. As soon as I walk in, he'll say, hey, ugly. Hey, chunky. And this was the one time you did not say anything to me. You had this look like of, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And when I looked at him, I was like, hey, I'm happy to see him. But in the back of my mind, why is he not talking about me?
Right.
Why is he not saying any crazy stuff to me? And when you left, I was like, and I was still in intensive care. I was in ICU. I said, something's not right. And that's how I found out that the mistake was made.
Right.
The doctor that was doing her residency accidentally told me. So, and people, if you have, my pastor was talking a couple of Sundays ago, pray for the spirit of discernment to let you know who's really in your corner. Because I didn't know you all that well. We were getting to know each other. And at first I thought you didn't like me. But God showed me that Carlos is in your corner. That's your friend. Yeah. And so me and Carlos, we can agree or disagree on whatever, but I know the love is there. So
always. You
got to learn who your friends are. Everybody ain't your friend. I had to learn that from Carlos.
I actually remind you about at least once a week.
Everybody's not your friend. So I'm having a great time. Carlos is going to fix me a drink in a minute. We're going to have some iced tea.
And in a to-go cup.
And a to-go cup.
So before we close out, where can they find you? What you got coming up?
Okay. Here we go. You can catch me at the local strip club. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but I'll be on Richmond tonight. I'm just saying. Just kidding. Actually, I'm getting ready to go to Richmond, Virginia, and then Charlotte, North Carolina with ADB's Teachers Only Comedy Tour. You can catch me doing that. Also, I want to thank everybody. That police video, I did not know until yesterday. Rich Williams had to tell me, girl, because he didn't know about the video.
Oh, no,
and I told him. He said, can I be your Oprah? And I said, what? He said, this video has 37 million views.
Yeah.
So I want to thank all the people that have viewed this video. And I'm coming up, getting ready to do a show called, instead of pedophile, it's manophile.
Bye, Jeremy.
We're doing manophile.
Bye.
We're going.
Thank y'all for joining us.
City of Houston workers, I'm coming
Strong
for
Opinion
you.
Podcast. Let me get her.
Fire station, I'm coming to the station. I need a breast exam.
I'll see y'all next week.
Your opinion matters to us at the Strong Opinions Podcast. To join our email list, please visit carloswallace.com. I just finished producing a show called The Other 99 Times Count Your Blessings. It's based on a book written by author Carlos Wallace, and its premise underscores much of what we may be lacking in our society today. As we continue to be consumed by an influx of technology and distracted by the din of social media, reality shows, viral videos that sometimes show the worst in people, we are losing sight of the good in our lives. We focus so much on the one time things go wrong or are disheartened by a stream of bad news and allow that negativity to sour our mood or make us cynical. Yet we don't take time to consider the other 99 times life worked in our favor, or the many people around us who support our dreams or make us smile. We're unhappy with our job, but don't stop and consider how much we pray to even get the interview. We hate our neighbor, but forget how grateful we were when we found that affordable apartment. And it's important to note here, sometimes our mood is not in our control. Depression is not something you should hide from others because you worry about what they may think. The people who love and care about you will understand and try to help you. You may feel lonely, but you are not alone. Please find someone, call someone, text someone, tell someone. Perhaps, though, for many of us, if we try hard enough to retrain the way we think and appreciate before we complain, we'd realize bad days don't necessarily mean bad lives. None of this is easy, but it's possible. Here's hoping more of us take the time to embrace our other 99 times.